In the world of gaming, there are tons of collectibles from limited merchandise to retro games and consoles, and of course, figures. Among these collectible figures, Nintendo has some of the most prized in the world with their Amiibo series. I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Join me as we count down the top 10 most expensive Amiibo you've ever seen. Number 10. Me3 Fighter Pack. This set is one you can actually still get on Amazon, although the price is going to likely be higher than finding an individual seller to buy from on eBay. The highest price I've seen this one at was actually taken from Amazon.ca and puts the estimate for the set of 3 at $256 whereas the most affordable set that I've seen, still in factory sealed packaging, is at $129. That one's from eBay. Either way, that's still a good amount of money to spend, but at least with this Amiibo purchase you get 3 Amiibo instead of just 1. The Me Fighter 3 pack Amiibo set comes with a brawler, a gunner, and a sword fighter, with sword fighter reminding me of a Me version of Link. I think it might just be his face though. Number 9. Corrin Player 2. Corrin is from the Fire Emblem series and is one of the hardest of the still mainstream Amiibo to find. Because of this, you have to turn to eBay to get your hands on a Corrin Player 2 collectible Amiibo. The good news is Corrin Player 2, while rare, is not the most expensive Amiibo on our list. On average, you can find one in factory sealed packaging from between $298 to as low as $127 plus shipping and handling on eBay. Corrin Player 2 is an alternate Amiibo as well, so if you have the standard Corrin Amiibo, this one is different, with Corrin, who you can choose the gender of in-game, portrayed as her female self, holding her sword overhead and behind her back as though she is down slashing as opposed to in front. The fact that the female Corrin is the Player 2 version might explain why this Amiibo is seen as being more valuable as a collectible, possibly because it is the lady Corrin. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want to know even more about all the Amiibo out there, be sure to let us know that you're liking it by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 8. Naviroo. The good news about Naviroo is that there are a lot of them out there when it comes to their Amiibo. The bad news is, if you're looking for one that is in factory sealed packaging, they're a bit more rare and therefore more expensive. Naviroo is an Amiibo from the Monster Hunter Stories collection. This Amiibo, if you wanted one today on eBay, packaged and at its most collectible, would cost you between $375 and $491, plus any shipping and handling not included. Although hopefully for that price the shipping and handling would be included. Even if you just want a loose Naviroo, you might still be looking at spending around $80 to $100 to get one. So even loose, it's still kind of pricey. Number 7. Wrathion and Cheval Amiibo. Wrathion and Cheval hail from the Monster Hunter Stories series of Amiibo figures. I'm not as familiar with Monster Hunter Stories, so sorry about that. This figure is actually a hard one to find, and the price point for it is not as varied as some of the others on our list. The Wrathion and Cheval Amiibo was released in 2016, so it's likely also considered rare because many of the copies made of it have dwindled over the years. Still, it's not as old as some Amiibo on this list, which first appeared on the scene way back in 2014. Currently, if you're looking for this Amiibo, you can find it on eBay for between $435 to $500 plus of course shipping and handling. Number 6. QB. QB is from a puzzle game where he is the hero or protagonist who must use his unique box boy abilities to solve various puzzles in the world. QB basically can produce an endless string of boxes, and you must find unique ways to use this to your advantage as you play as him in the game to solve the puzzles. QB's Amiibo only came out a few years ago in 2017, and yet it's already considered to be one of the harder ones to find and acquire. Currently on eBay, you can get your very own QB Amiibo for as little as $295 or as much as $1,000 plus of course shipping and handling. Number 5. One-armed Luigi. One-armed Luigi, who is typically missing his left hand as a defect, has to be pretty rare at this point, as I couldn't even find one to base a price around. This Luigi Amiibo once apparently sold on eBay for a whopping $500, and given that we haven't spotted any lately, that price could likely go up significantly were one to appear on the market. Estimating based on other defective Amiibo prices, it's possible that this Amiibo now could go for close to $4,000. However, in order to even pay that much or sell it for that much, you of course would have to find one of these rare defective Luigis first. All the versions of this figure I've seen out there recently actually have both their hands and appear as they were intended to appear. I've also seen a Luigi Amiibo that people bought and opened, only discovered that Luigi's mustache was actually slightly askew, but not sure how much that defect would go for if sold, as I only saw one of those on the internet, so that might make it really mega rare. I don't even know. There's not even anyone writing about that. Number 4. Mega Yarn Yoshi. Mega Yarn Yoshi has quite a swinging price point. It is considered to be fairly rare, but you could find a Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo for $167 online, plus of course shipping and handling. However, you could also pay up to apparently 10 grand for a Mega Yarn Yoshi right now at its most expensive. Although I don't know who's gonna pay that much for the Mega Yarn Yoshi. I mean, it's cute, but I don't know if it's 10 grand worth cute. Mega Yarn Yoshi was a Toys R Us exclusive that was made completely of yarn. I do not have the Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo myself, but I do have the smaller pink Yarn Yoshi amiibo, and I gotta say, the yarn amiibos are pretty cute. I would recommend getting them if you can afford one or you can find one that's a good price point. Mega Yarn Yoshi was also released way back in 2015, so finding a true Mega Yarn Yoshi to buy from a reliable seller may cost you in 2022. As time goes on, many collectibles tend to be more rare due to people not wanting to part with them, or the collectible pool dwindling due to some getting lost or damaged. Number 3. Missing Red Dot Toad. Of course, the defects are going to continue to be some of the most valuable amiibo on our list. This one is a Toad, but who is missing one of the red dots on his hat or his head. It's not even like they forgot to draw it on the hat either. It's like a whole circular piece that fits into the cap. So in this case, they completely just forgot to put that on, and it's evident that it's missing because there's like a space where it would be. At this point, I'm beginning to think that they create these defects on purpose to inflate the value. I only found one of these defects out there for sale, and so unsurprisingly, this is one of the most expensive amiibo on our list. The Toad with the missing red dot in a factory sealed package, should you want it, apparently costs around $5,462. Whew, that's a lot of money. I like Toad, but I don't know about that. He's only missing one dot too, not even like all dots. Wonder if it'd be more the more dots he's missing. Number 2. Shamus Double Cannons. This amiibo is actually defective as well, which is part of what makes it so rare. Also, it's just pretty cool. It features Samus with 2 arm cannons instead of 1. Although I couldn't find this amiibo currently for sale on eBay, we do know one was sold for $2,500 in 2014, which would mean the estimated value today, based on other collectible amiibo auction prices and how they went up, could be as much as $19,925, which, whew, that's a lot of money. However, being that this amiibo is a defect is also something that makes it super rare, which is probably why it's hard to find any on the market right now. But if you do happen to stumble across one, it might be a good idea to snatch it up if you can afford it. Number 1. Legless Princess Peach. As with many different types of collectibles, it's not necessarily about having the best or coolest amiibo, it's about having the rarest amiibo, which is what we get in the case of Legless Princess Peach. Now, Nintendo, of course, did not intend to make Princess Peach legless with this amiibo, which is what makes this one so rare. It's a defect. We don't really know how many Princess Peaches without legs are floating around out there, but we do know that if you happen to find one, odds are good you can get a pretty penny for yours, as long as you can find someone to buy it. The Legless Princess Peach amiibo sold for $25,100 in 2014, shortly after amiibos started being a thing. And more recently, as of 2022, this rare amiibo was listed at a price of $200,000 on eBay. Wowzers. Now granted, I think that one's been up since last year, so since 2021. Late 2021, but still, that's a while and no one has bought it yet, so still waiting for that to happen. What amiibo is your favorite? Which would you most want to collect? Would you ever buy a defective amiibo if you were given the chance? Do you open your amiibo, or do you leave them in their factory sealed packages to preserve the value? I personally open all of mine. I know that's not good for collecting, but I like to have them out of their little boxes. They look cute. Let us know what you like to do though in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. I'll see you next time, but until then, keep on gaming on. Pew pew!